Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the Immaculate One. They call me Micas, and I am here with.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Well, I got a little echo. I like it. My name is Josh. I am the co-host, the number one, number two here on the Immaculate Podcast.
That is true. You are a number two stain. That is a number two stain. But yeah, just want to give a round of applause for all the hard work that we try to put up in here. Let's go. We are hyped. It's going down. It is going down, man. I know that first stream was a little kinks. Man, you did a hell of a job figuring out the kinks. Gotta give a massive shout out to this man for working extra hard, figuring out why our audio sounded bad for those little moments. So, I had to give you your respect, bro.
Oh, thank you. Hopefully this sounds better. If not, then I'll try harder next time.
All right, I like it. I
We'll
like
see.
it. All right, man. Well, for the ones that don't know that are finally tuning in, I am Micas. They call me the Immaculate One. And this is Josh. And just some of the things that we're going to be doing on the podcast. And we're going to be talking about a lot. I mean, sports, politics, trending topics. I mean, you name it, man. I think we should even get into like betting odds, going over the odds, what we think the over and unders. I mean, I think we're going to go all over the place, man. And we're going to have those conversations that people are afraid to ask other people. I think that's what's going to separate us is those uncomfortable questions.
Oh, yeah. We both love to be uncomfortable, so let's do it. Nothing's all. It's like an AMA.
Pause.
I don't mean. Look,
Try again.
look. I'm gonna get canceled anyway, so no homo. We both love to be uncomfortable.
Stupid.
That's the way it goes.
I'm disappointed in you.
Hey,
Somebody boo this man. You like to be uncomfortable. What is he? You've been to a Diddy party, haven't you?
No, I've never been. I've never been invited. The white party does not include people as white as me. Sorry.
I ain't gonna lie. I was there. I was there for one of the parties. I was a valet though. I was just parking cars. I actually didn't go inside, and I got no tips either. I did get a tip from one person. They told me to get a job. They told me to get a better job. That was an L for sure.
Pro wrestling is not a job.
Yeah. They told me. They said you are a professional man grabber. Stupid.
Well, so's Diddy.
I accept it. It's all right. Well, he really accepted. I am not a professional man grabber. I am an entertainer. Mr. Sean Jitty Combs is the one that is the professional man grabber. Anyway, man. Hey, just want to go over my first topic today, man. I really, really, really want to talk to you about this, Josh. What do you think about the upcoming NFL season?
Upcoming NFL season. Finally, this NBA stuff's over. WNBA's over.
Wait a minute.
Baseball, unfortunately, is almost over.
Jeez.
Go Braves. But yeah, soon it's about to be Bengal season. Everybody be screaming "Hoo Day" out there with their tiger stripes on.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button. Wrong button, man.
Of course. See, we know what's up.
It's all right.
So,
wait, got a question. When's the last time y'all been in the Super Bowl?
What was it? Just a couple years ago?
Yeah, but what happened?
Well, we ain't talking about that. We talk about the time, 87 when they was in the Super Bowl.
You know what happened?
No.
This is what they did to y'all. They slapped the shit out of y'all during the Super Bowl, man. Unlike my Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the last time we were in the Super Bowl, we won.
What was that, Super Bowl 25?
I call it the Tom Brady Super Bowl, but you can call it whatever you want, man. It's all good. I don't know, man. There was an Antonio Brown sighting, man.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you thought, yeah, sir. We're not talking about 02. What do you mean you forgot about that? How do you forget about the GOAT?
I don't know. I used to be a Bucks fan, then the GOAT showed up and
made us relevant again?
Yeah.
It happened.
Yeah, no.
I mean, there's a reason why we're called Tampa Bay. It's not Tampa Bay for TP. It's actually Tom Brady. People just didn't understand that. His destiny was to play for the Buccaneers, whether you believe it or not. TB12, I mean, that was already predetermined. I mean, come on now. Yeah. Anyway, so you think your Bengals are going to do something this year? Now I gotta ask you a question. Do you think that Joe Burrow is actually going to be healthy?
Man, I hope. If not, though, I mean, as they proved last year, they do have the number 2, the number 3 quarterback that can keep them relevant. But Joe B, I mean, how could he not be healthy with that haircut? He's got those short blonde locks looking like Slim Shady, or the new Tekashi 6ix9ine hairdo. He out there. I think so. I'm very hopeful for the Bengals this year, and they don't bungle it. And yeah, I hope.
Good luck. Good luck, because you got the reigning champ that you guys got to go through. That boy, Pat Mahomes, boy.
Oh,
That man. I'll be honest. I think he's going to be the next GOAT. I mean, that's just me. People's been saying it. I understand. I'm a Tom Brady guy as well. I mean, I have no choice. But Tom Brady's the current GOAT. But unfortunately, every record is meant to be broken. So I do think. Do I think Pat Mahomes is going to get as many as Tom Brady? No. I think he'll finish 1 or 2 short. But I think his epic run to getting those, I think, is what's going to put him in that 1 to 2 tier of the greatest players ever played the game. So, my team, my Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we had some good pickups in the offseason. We got some good re-signs. We're shaping up the offensive line a little bit. Picked up. Actually, we did lose a little bit on defense. Not gonna lie. But I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Our defense is still intact. I do think that we got a chance to make it to the second round this year. I know the Lions kind of put a good beat down on us. And I tell you what, the Lions are going to be looking scary this year.
Oh, yeah. I spent some time in Western Michigan, so being a Lions fan, I was there during Barry Sanders and Jason Hanson, the old days.
That was when they were relevant.
Yup, and but now, man, these new school Lions, oh damn,
they're different.
Michigan's proud again.
Man, I tell you what though, when my Bucks lost, I'll be 100% honest. I knew in the middle of the season when we played them how defensively sounded they were, and I was like, man, I kind of hope we kind of missed them in the playoffs somehow. So I kind of had in the back of my head, dang, we got to play the Lions. Like, there's a slight chance, and of course it happened. But then, like, out of nowhere, all these Lion fans come out of nowhere. Like, you are Lioness so-called fans. You're not even Lions fans. You're Lioness fans. That's what you are. You guys show up when everything's already set on the table and ready to go. It pissed me off. All these wannabes that like were all in my inbox talking about, ooh, I told you Baker Mayfield couldn't do it, blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, I mean, if we're talking about records, I mean, didn't Baker have a better season than Tom Brady did his last season?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm just saying. So, you can say what you want about Baker. I understand everywhere he's went. He's been a number 2 stain on the franchise. But he's come to Tampa, man, and he's done a phenomenal job, I think. I think he's overexceeded. Now, would I have given him the amount of dollar value that he just got? Probably not. But unfortunately, the market, obviously, like, it's that's normal for him. And not to mention, like, we got him at a bargain compared to what the market is. I mean, he's not a max player. But I do believe that we can definitely still win our division, even though the Falcons are going to be a scary team this year. I still think we're going to win our division, and then I still think that we will make it. I'm giving us a second round exit this year. We're not going to lose in the first. We're not going to lose in the wild card. We're actually going to make it. We're going to make it one more step this year. That's my prediction. What's your prediction? What do you guys? Do you think you guys are going to win this year, or do you think you guys are just going to make an appearance again? Is it a conference appearance? Is it a wild card? Where are we going? What direction?
I don't know. The AFC North, the number 1 division in football. So it's going to be tough. If they can win that division, I think there'd be a AFC championship game. Being in the Super Bowl again, though, I'm not sure. But hopefully big things coming, and Paul Brown Stadium going to be lit up, and we're going to be there for a couple this year.
Got a question for you. Who's the best quarterback in the NFL?
Not Patrick. Not Patrick.
What?
Look.
What? Is he crazy?
Patrick Mahomes.
You gotta go to jail, bro.
Look, It's hard whenever every time you look behind him, you see Brittany's annoying ass. So I know you can't judge him by her, but damn, you're probably
So hold on. Let me get this straight. Patrick Mahomes, number 15, quarterback, plays for Kansas City, won multiple championships. You're telling me he's not the best quarterback in the NFL?
No, that's Peyton Manning.
You deserve every bit of that.
I love Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Pat, my homeboy.
Yeah, he can. I was a huge Randall Cunningham fan when I was a kid, and Patrick is like a Randall that can complete passes.
Yeah, I'll give you
but
that.
It's hard to go against Joe B, but I can't always be sticking with the one guy just because of the teams. But yeah, I would think Mahomes or that's probably about it. I didn't watch a lot of NFL last year.
Give me top three quarterbacks.
Now look,
top three quarterbacks in no specific order.
No specific order. You tell me yours. I need some time to think. Like I said, I
need some time to think.
I stayed away from the NFL a little bit.
You disgust me,
Look,
Josh.
I was all about pro wrestling last year.
Pro wrestling. Yeah.
My brain only holds so much of the time.
So I'm going to go top three quarterbacks in no specific order. By the way, shout out to everybody that's tuning in right now. I just want to be able to show y'all some love. We appreciate y'all taking the time out your busy days on a Sunday to hang out with your boys. I feel like Josh is low-key over here trying to look up quarterbacks rosters.
Correct.
That's pathetic. You disgust me, sir.
It's hard to tell who's still active. I know Tom Brady's not. I got a lot of.
I feel like you'd put Tua in there somewhere.
Oh, no.
Somehow I feel like
that's a whole nother story.
Somehow I feel like you put Dak Prescott somewhere in there. All right, I'm gonna go with obviously Pat Mahomes. 2, I'm probably gonna go with maybe Lamar Jackson in that 2 spot. Now, I'm not basing this off of any particular algorithm. I'm literally basing this off of what I personally think the top 3 quarterbacks in the NFL, as far as value, as far as impact on the game. That's what I'm basing this off of. Number 3, man, can I get like a 3A and a 3B?
You can, yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna go Joe Burrow. And I'm going to go with your boy that is in Buffalo.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah. That man's, I think he's 6'5", like 250 as a quarterback. Like, that's a freaking nature, bro. That man is on a whole different frequency. I'll be honest. You get him more help, the Bills would be a serious threat as well. I think that would go... I think that would be like my top 3, top 4. And like I said, not in any specific order. That's just kind of like what I think. What about you? Who you got? Just give me a top 3 or top 4. Well, you can be like,
I did pull my list up here just so I make sure
it's
I'm
all right.
current.
Hey, you got to fact check. I get it.
Yeah, I would agree with your number 1, Mr. Mahomes, as our number 1. Number 2, Josh Allen, of course.
I had him a little higher, so that's on me. I feel like he should be where a little bit higher on that list. I do agree with you.
Yeah, and then number 3, probably Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I like Hurts. So no real any other reason except that I like the Eagles.
Okay.
I like the Eagles.
But I mean,
it's hard to play there.
No, but I'm not knocking you for the decision because he is an impactful player. And like I said, the algorithm I'm going by is the impact that you make on the team. The preparations that other teams have to worry about you playing, as far as preparation goes, and then the impact as far as to potentially be an MVP. That's all quarterbacks that we're basically talking about can run, they can pass. They're good. They're good to reading defenses. Now, turnovers, Josh Allen kind of has his moments, but so does Lamar Jackson. But like you as a defensive coordinator, I feel like you don't sleep good at night knowing that you have to play these quarterbacks the next day.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Well, I mean, who was your third? Who did you have? You had Pat, you had Josh Allen.
Hurts.
Oh, sorry,
you said
Hurts. Are you gonna go with a 3A or 3B? Or are you just going to stick to those three?
Oh, well, okay. So we could say 3A would be Hurts, 3B be Aaron Rodgers.
What? You're still giving Aaron Rodgers that bad
no.
man?
No,
Listen. I like
Aaron Rodgers has too much baggage and too much weirdness around that dude. He's out there playing barefoot.
Them drugs I hear is doing something different. The man came back from an Achilles tendon in like 4 months.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's possible. I don't even think it reattaches that quick.
Oh.
So he's got to be doing something. Listen, I don't know what kind of drugs he's taking, but they got to ban it. You can't come back from Achilles tendon in like 4 months. First of all, I don't even think you walked for like 6 weeks. I could be wrong. I don't really know much about the Achilles. I've never torn it, but I know it's one of the worst injuries to have. Definitely, you ain't coming back in 4 months.
Mm-mm.
Shout out to Kobe, but Kobe didn't come back in 4 months. So why the hell is Aaron Rodgers, who's a lot older, who's more seasoned, who's been, well, I don't know if he's been hit because I feel like he complains a lot, but he's a phenomenal quarterback. But a guy of his age should not be coming back as quickly as he did. I feel like that might potentially come back to haunt them. But I do, if there's any Jets fans that's listening, I hope y'all do really good this year. It is going to be nice to see the Jets actually relevant because obviously nobody remembers anything about the Jets. The last time the Jets, in my opinion, were even relevant, I'm going to throw you a name. Vinny Testaverde. Holy Vinny Testaverde. Shout out to him. Man, Vinny Testaverde, bro. I got an interesting. Outside of Vinny Testaverde, do you remember anybody else that was relevant in the Jets organization?
Broadway Joe. We're talking Super Bowl III.
That's what we're talking. I'm talking like since like, let's say the last 20 years.
No.
Yeah, no. Exactly. Yeah. It's all right, but Jets fans, y'all got something that look good to look good. I can't talk to look good. That's going forward for y'all. I hope it works out for y'all. I mean, you guys are definitely on the come up. You can't get any worse. So you got your Super Bowl prediction. So you think your Bengals are going to win?
I don't know if they're going to win, but if they make it there, they probably won't. I just want to see them in that AFC Championship again, and
all right, cool,
and bring back some glory.
Who are they playing?
Who's
going to play in the AFC Championship game?
Damn Chiefs again, man. I hate to say it, but
yeah, them Chiefs, man.
I know it ain't gonna be them Bucks.
Whoa, wait a minute. Shots fired, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I mean that's why I like. Look, I lived in Florida for a little bit.
Yeah, so
one of the few games I went to was at the Sombrero, but it was the Rams versus the Bucks, and that was probably the most fun I've ever had in an NFL game. So I've always got love for the Buccaneers. Yeah. I hope they bring back them Dreamsicle uniforms and keep them.
Dude, those I still say are the best jerseys they've ever made.
Oh, yeah.
My GOAT. Well, actually, let me ask you a question. Who's your favorite NFL player of all time?
Oh, well, probably Randall Cunningham.
Okay.
Yeah. He's the one that got me into football. And
nice.
I wasn't good at really any sports, but I was fast. So I was like, hey, if he can do it, I sure as hell can't, but I'm gonna watch him do it.
Yeah, but didn't you tell me you were fast because you were a water boy and that's how you
get that water out there quick. Yeah.
You were leading the league in hydration, man.
No, I was a statistician. I was like, oh, you had 6 interceptions.
Oh my, yeah. No, but I'll tell you an interesting one, man. That's awesome that you brought him up. Now he brought you to football, and my GOAT of the reason why I watched football was Mike Allstott. That's how I became a Bucks fan because he played for Purdue. And I was like, man, who's this giant guy that's just running over people? And then he goes into Tampa. Of course, they draft him. And then, like, he turns into the A train. And I mean, like, anytime you saw number 40 line up, you know it, at the bare minimum, it was going to take 3 tackles to take the man down.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I remember playing NFL Fever and all these other NFL games when I was a kid. And I would always make sure whatever quarterback we had didn't care because the running back depth chart would always get changed to put Mike Allstott as the first string running back. He's not a running back. He is a fullback, but it was a hack. I was that smart back then. And I mean, it was just fun playing. It was definitely cheating. You remember Tecmo or not Tecmo Bowl? What's the football game back in the day? The one that you run like this.
That was Tecmo Bowl and Tecmo Super Bowl.
Tecmo Super Bowl. That's what I was looking for. Barry Sanders. It's
Ready,
like
down.
but yeah, so like even when you had Barry Sanders, no matter what defense you ran, it was a guaranteed touchdown. You couldn't catch him.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like the same thing when I was playing on the NFL Fever and all the NFL games in Madden back in the day. Is when I had Mike Allstott. I just would keep running them down their throats, and anytime I got within like the 10-yard line, just kept running powers right up the middle. You just couldn't stop the man. I don't know. Maybe that's a crappy way to play the game, but hey, shout out to the A-Train. He's still the GOAT in my opinion. Now, I want to ask you now about one of the other topics, man, you and I were talking about earlier, was the whole Tyrese segment. So he was on the Breakfast Club. I don't know if you got to watch it, but he was kind of, he's kind of been going up and down with his life and all that good stuff, which we don't necessarily have to get any of that. But I did find an interesting topic to talk about when he was talking about his jewelry. Like they was like, oh, talking about his jewelry, like, man, some nice jewelry. Like, how much is that? And he's just legit like, man, you know what? This stuff don't mean nothing to me. Like, I'm not defined, or will I not try to compete with the next man with his jewelry, especially when it's something that I'm probably going to leave in the hotel room for. Now, this was kind of racist in my opinion. Maybe people overlooked it. But he was like, I don't want to pay too much for a bracelet when I won't do the accent because I'm not going down that line. But he had made a Hispanic reference saying, oh, no, sir, me no find no bracelet.
Good thing you didn't do the accent.
Yeah, I wasn't going to, dude. I'm not doing it. Listen, I love my Mexican people. I don't want that smoke. I don't want that smoke.
No.
But he did it. He did an accent and basically was saying how they're not going to tell the truth that they found it. Whatever. Not on that topic. The topic was that he actually goes around with fake jewelry all the time. From fake earrings to fake bracelets. He even broke down how much it cost him on Amazon. The most expensive purchase for him on Amazon was $21 for his bracelet. It looks super real. So it follows me to my next question. How many celebrities do you think are wearing fake jewelry every day? Would you say
probably not enough, really? when you hear about, I don't remember what I was listening to the other day. You know, I'm a hip hop head, and whatever it was, they're talking about, you steal my chain, you snatch my chain, or you get one between, one of the brains, sort of stuff. But if you just wore like, I didn't wear it today because I was in a hurry to get over here, but I wear this Atlanta Braves little pendant. And I got it for Christmas a couple years ago for my wife. She's like, what you want? So I showed her. And she's like, that's it? It's only like $50. But it's got all these rhinestones on it. It looks like, I like silver, but it looks white gold. And my son saw it the other day, and he's like, man, that must be nice. That looks expensive. Like, yeah, it was $50 on GLD. So, like, of course, the only real is the silver chain because you don't want to have no fake gold or fake silver, at least when you have sensitive skin like me.
Yeah, you don't want your neck turning green and you grow like a third arm in your neck because it's infected.
But last night we was watching all these old hip hop videos on our Samsung TV Plus, and one of the videos was Ghostface Killer. Oh, and he had this big ass pendant. I mean, it was giant and swinging down by his dick. And this thing was huge, and I was like, that cannot be real. And then like 2 or 3 shots later, he's got I don't know if you remember, he rocked it for a little bit. It was a bracelet. It took his whole forearm and had a big old eagle on it.
No, I don't remember that.
Oh man. Yeah, so we even thought that. He's like, that can't be real. That can't be real. But I would say definitely back in the day it was, dudes like that. Rick Ross, definitely. No.
You think real or fake? Real or fake?
No, I think I would say fake.
Okay.
I mean, you ain't gonna be running around Miami with no real shit like that. But I don't know. I think more than half of these dudes out there rocking fake stuff. But I know a lot of them see it as an investment, to go buy jewelry as soon as you can, just so you have something to fall back on. But yeah, I don't. Or how many of these diamonds are lab grown that are 1/10 the price. Yep. I mean, they're the same thing, but
Yep, I totally
don't know.
agree.
What about you?
I think there's more people that are wearing fake jewelry out, but I think like you said, I think they have the lab grown like diamonds, which debate if you're going to say they're real or not. completely up to you. Depends on how you look at it. But I think they're wearing a lot of the cheaper stuff. And I do believe they do have really nice stuff. I do believe that people out here that are spending thousands and millions of dollars. I have a friend of mine. Shout out to John Verchek that's out in Vegas. He actually is a bouncer. Or not a bouncer, I'm sorry, a bodyguard for Floyd Mayweather. And I hear all the stories about them going out of town and they're going to like Jago. They're going to all these like specific like people that make diamonds and chains and everything. And I mean, they're saying Floyd's dropping 4 or 5 mil, no problem. So like guys like him, I don't believe he's wearing fake jewelry. I truly believe that the guy like that, but look how successful he is. He's a freaking he's a billionaire.
Well, and if it comes out, someone's going to clown the hell out of Floyd, and money is his middle name. So
he's not going to break that image. But I do think a lot of the rappers be capping on their jewelry. I really do, especially in music videos and stuff. Everything looks good in the light. Like everything looks good with the light on. Well, depends on what topic you're talking. But for jewelry, it looks good in the light, especially with the right lighting. So I think a lot of people get wrapped up in thinking, oh, it's a rapper. He's got these big chains and it's shining, it's real. Like, I guarantee somebody has already thought about grabbing one of those utensils that you can put up to jewelry. You can tell if it's real or fake. I've seen reels and shorts with people doing it in like malls to like normal people, but I feel like that's not as like eye-catching. You had a dude who had 0 fucks to give that would literally go to like celebrity areas where celebrities are at and check their stuff. You would find out a lot about people, I think, and how fraudulent a lot of these people probably are. That's just literally right underneath our noses that we would never think of.
Oh, he'd be getting checked by some security guards.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
He wouldn't be allowed on no red carpets. It'd be ugly.
Yeah, literally.
It could be pretty.
That's a dangerous job. But I know someone's thought about it. Now, whether they go with it or not, I guarantee they would go viral though. Even when they got their ass whooped on a mandatory basis, I still think the going viral is still going to work. And the only reason why I say that is because look at Charleston White. Charleston White says so many off-the-wall things. One thing he doesn't generally do, though, he doesn't lie. Now, he may stretch the truth, or he may say something controversial, but I truly believe that with the right amount of content for something like that of exposing people, I think would be hilarious. Now, I don't think it'd be safe, but people do dumb things for money.
Oh, that's all those prank videos.
Yeah,
I mean, all that stuff. No one's doing it to be safe.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. I'm surprised like more people hadn't been shot from doing those prank videos, going into the hood, carrying PlayStations and all this money bag and stuff.
Or whatever that channel was where the Hispanic dude come to people like, you won't get cut.
Oh,
you won't get cut, my boy.
You want to get a cut, my boy?
Yeah,
and then they're like, hold on, what you trying to do then? And then all of a sudden he comes out with some clippers.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, because like, you come across the wrong person, bro, they're not going to see through that joke. Even after you expose the joke or the gimmick, bro, all they see is red. There's some people, man, that come from those low poverty areas that's got nothing to lose, bro. And like for them to cap this dude and put him as a trophy and let them get 25 to life, they don't care about that, man. They don't care about that. So I think it's just a matter of time before that happens. So when I usually get those reels that pop up, I don't even like acknowledge them because I don't want to promote people to keep doing the dumb stuff like that.
Oh, I watched the hell of that.
Of course you would.
Me and my son are like, look at this. So we walk around the house. Hey, my boy. He's like, stop, Dad. Get away. Come on. Yeah.
So
as long as it ain't me, entertainment.
Yeah, you're right. Better,
I watch Faces of Death. No,
better than me.
Yeah.
Do have a question though, man? Because I know last episode we started talking about politics a little bit. I won't go too crazy into it, but I am curious. Who do you think's gonna win?
Oh, is Bernie still in it? Oh no,
unfortunately,
no. I hope to God Kamala, she becomes the president. I mean, I think it'd be awesome. First of all, to keep Trump out of the White House again. It's just a scary sign for for my kids and for other stuff. I mean, it's entertainment value. It's nice to have something on the news every night, but I mean, we're dealing with too much.
Sure.
Yeah. So I was raised as a Republican, but once I went to school and met other races and other people, then
you can say it, man. You met black people.
Oh yeah, right. I was in my dorm. All my roommates were black guys, and it was an awakening. And then it come out, and voted for Barack and been there ever since. But yeah, to see not only a female president but a multiracial female president, and the way that they just kind of, whenever they were talking about replacing Joe with her, I was like, man, they done shot themselves. They're just going to hand this presidency to Trump.
I'm not going to lie. I definitely thought the same.
But then, I mean, just the fervor behind it, and everyone's just going crazy and supporting her and raising millions of dollars and people switching parties. And finally, it feels like Barack. Right. I mean, it feels like something big's happening. And especially after watching that DNC and the people that are out there and going crazy for it, and hell, all the hip hop heads and the people like, here, use my song, do this, do that. I mean, it feels like this generation is really going to grasp and run with her.
I think it's what it's going to matter the most is the people that really run the country, what they want.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it's going to come to.
What's the Illuminati want?
Yeah. The Illuminati is real, people. If you got conspiracies and all that, man. I actually know someone who I will not name that actually had been to a party that obviously wasn't called Illuminati. It was an invitational only after a red carpet. They went there. They just saw some things that they weren't expecting. They thought it was weird because even for them to get to the house, she actually had to get rid of any electronic devices. So she had to sign her stuff off just to go into the party. And like the party, there was no cameras allowed except for one. And there was one specific camera that went around the mansion. But she said different sectors of the house had its own like theme. And she said she thought it was weird because like she would go into certain rooms, and she's like, just the theme would be more like dark. And she said, when I noticed there was so much demonic stuff going on, she's like, I knew that this was a cult. She's like, I won't talk about it because I don't want it to tamper with my career. But she's like, I do believe that stuff's real. And I don't know if she ever got involved, so I apologize if I'm wrong. But I remember them saying that Obama is actually somehow related to George Bush's dad. I can't remember who is related to who. But
hold on. So while we're talking about the Illuminati and all this, our feed got disconnected and just reconnected. So
I saw that. Dude, I thought it was an internet thing.
This shit is real, bro.
I'm telling you, dude.
I was looking. I was like, "What's this mean?" And I looked down on my little.
Totally saw it.
My little thing where I'm watching. It starts spinning, and okay.
It literally said chat disconnected. Look, please wait till reconnect.
I'll let you talk all you want. I'm just gonna sit and listen.
That's what they do.
I've got too many kids.
Listen.
That was something.
We don't want no smoke. We're just two guys that's doing a hobby. We don't want no visits.
That was crazy.
I'm telling y'all, it's real. It's real. I ain't sell them. I would never sell myself, so I'm not worried about it. But I do think it's interesting, though, how you do have artists and people that have said that they've done that and how they're trying to change their lives and all this good stuff. There's got to be something. I mean, whether it's actually called Illuminati or not, there is something. There is a private sector group that I do believe that has heavenly influence when it comes to money, fame, all that good stuff. That's a different dark horse. I'm not educated in that area, so I'm not going to pretend like I am. But I know 1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah.
And I know that the chat just completely disconnected when we started talking about that. But, hey, it is what it is. Just so y'all know, Illuminati, we want no smoke.
Yeah.
Don't show up to my house.
I love all
on some BS.
Mm-hmm.
I will not join you. I don't want to talk to you. Like I said, I want no smoke. Josh, you want to join the Illuminati?
I don't know what's the pay.
Yeah, see, there you go. All right, y'all, we got one.
Money.
We got one in here. I tell you what, you cross over and then you make sure we both get taken care of, man. Right. And then when we go to when I go to heaven, I'll tell God to be able to bring you back, man. I'll be like, yo, he sacrificed for the team, God. Yeah. All right. No, but back to the politic thing. I thought it was weird because it somehow connected every single president, and it was weird because when you do their family tree, it actually brings up and every person was legit related, whether it was a half cousin. It was so weird. And then Trump was the only person who was not related that has been president. And I thought that was interesting. And then you get the guy out of office after his first term. Biden does what Biden does. Now he's back. All of a sudden, you try to kill the man. So I'm just saying it's weird. That makes sense. I just think that, I heard some people talking about, it was staged. I don't think that whole assassination attempt was staged at all. I believe there was a call that was made. I believe that the amount of power and persuasion that he had over Biden's people, there's people who just didn't want, it's not that I think it was Democrats voting for Republicans. I just think there was a lot of Democrats that just didn't want to vote for Biden. And I think they just, hey, if we can't take him out through criminal record, let's try this way. I think even one of the guys that used to be a sniper for the military, I don't think he was six. I don't think he was SEAL Team 6. Anyway, this guy, he might have been a Ranger. I think he was a Ranger. This black guy, he's got dreads. His name's Nick. Anyway, this guy has like 40-something registered kills. Like, the guy was legit badass. But even he said the recoil time and the amount of bullets that were shot didn't add up. And so he was like crunching down the numbers, and he was even going with like the top 5 snipers that he knows. And he was like, we can't get 8 shots off in like less than a second. So he was like, there's just some things that just don't add up. So it just wouldn't surprise me, if they tried to take him out. I don't know. I feel like if they want him to be in office, he's going to be in office. If they want Kamala there, Kamala's going to be there. I just don't think there's any way to control that. And I think the fact that they're letting all the illegals in, I'm all about equal opportunity. I got nothing against people trying to come to our country. But I think that's going to play a huge correlation. Yeah, I think it was like, almost 10 million immigrants now that's come to our country. And they're getting documentations where they're going to be able to legally vote, which is so weird because, voting is a big thing, especially in African-American culture, because of the things that we had to fight for to be able to vote. And these people just walk right in. They get documents. They get a certain allowance. And guess who's paying for that stuff? We are. So I just think that's going to play a big correlation into it. Whether you're a Democrat or Republican, I just hope whoever gets in can pull us out of this rut that we're in right now with inflation. And I mean, just like the way our us as a country is even like image to other people. People laugh at us now. We went from like the most feared to like, it's the United States, whatever. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like, I don't know. I just was curious about what you thought about who you thought was in office. Not necessarily who you vote for or anything like that. That's not what I'm after. I'm just curious on who you think is going to get it now. With all that being said, I wanted to ask you about the music industry, because this was another report that I got brought up. Did you know that I think it was 90-something% of the artists in the music industry are all related? Did you know that?
No, but
oh my gosh,
that don't surprise me. I mean, you hear about plants all the time.
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
Why is
Do you think plants? Okay, do you think plants are real? Like industry
of course,
plants?
Yeah, of course.
I ask you another follow-up question. Who do you think's an industry plant? I'm putting you on the spot.
Well, unpopular opinion. I always thought there was something fishy about Taylor Swift and how this.
Oh my God! Don't get me started with her.
I mean,
I can't stand her. Stupid. I cannot stand her, man. She simply ruined the NFL season last year for me. We'll talk about that another time. But you do think Taylor Swift was an industry plant?
I think so to start. I mean, there's enough analytics and enough, sabermetrics as they talk about in baseball, where they figure these numbers out. They figure who's gonna, and I know it's just marketing, but what they do, there's no way that she could write everything that she writes, and everything that comes out is a perfect song. And I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's very suspicious the way that a lot of that career has turned.
Yeah.
I don't know. Another one I thought, even though I like him as a person on TV, stuff like that, would be like the whole Post Malone.
You think Post Malone's a plant?
I think so at some points.
Really?
I mean, like,
interesting.
I keep hearing all these old tracks on Sirius, and I'm like, man, he was a singer. He wasn't even no rapper really, and they still put him out there like he was the Great White Hope. But it's like it was either him or Eminem. There's nobody else. But in order for him to do
Logic? I mean, come on, we got plenty of other rappers. Come on.
Oh yeah, we do.
Anyway, go ahead.
But they done slaughtered Logic. His whole, he just disappeared. I mean, I heard his last album, and it was pretty sick. But you're not going to hear it on Hip Hop Nation. You're not going to hear it anywhere else. And I like kind of underground rappers. I like one of my favorites is a white dude. His name's Kasky. You'll never hear him. I went and looked him up, and they call him Deep Underground or something like that. And he had a whole album with Yellow Wolf, and I mean they were killing.
Oh, wow.
I mean, even like Yellow Wolf gone. I mean, we're not just talking about white rappers, but there's it's just, I don't know. The people that get the pushes don't seem like the people that deserve it. A lot of other better music's out there, but I think Taylor Swift. Definitely, there's something fishy. I don't know what, but
do you think Taylor Swift had anything to do with the Kansas City Chiefs winning the Super Bowl?
No, if anything, she almost cost them. I don't know
how. I gotta ask.
Well, the distraction period. I mean, they couldn't. Whenever Andy's getting asked every other question, he's like, he almost has to tell him like, look, don't ask me any questions about Taylor Swift or Travis Kelce unless it's about that. The past or whatever. I mean, it's got to be a distraction. I mean, these dudes are out there killing it. That's the last thing somebody wants to wonder about is the security to get her in and out of that luxury box up there.
Right.
But
all right, another follow-up question. Does Andy Reid really have a playbook, or is that a Waffle House menu?
Yes.
I swear, dude.
I don't think he needs a playbook for real.
He does it. He does it. But if you look at his playbook, guys, I challenge you. Google his picture of him reading a playbook. I promise you. Screenshot it, edit, cut it, crop it, whatever you got to do. Go to Waffle House menu, a picture of Waffle House menu. Cut it, edit, crop it, put them side by side. They are identical.
Steak and eggs on 3.
Yeah, 100%. I think he goes, all right, I'm feeling a number 5 with a large Diet Coke. But then that tells Pat, like, just pass the ball. You know what I mean? And then Pat's just like, man, I don't even know why we have a coach. All right, man, you go this way, you go this way. I'm going to run around a little bit just so that way I can build a fan base and then somebody get open. Travis, make sure you're open. And that's just how it works.
That's it.
It's how it works. But, I was just curious if you thought Taylor Swift had anything to do with the Super Bowl, because since Travis Kelce and her started dating, the viewership went up for the NFL, like, tremendously. Like, financially and viewership. I want to say they started... man, I could be wrong about this, but I think they grossed another extra $1 billion out of revenue from when Taylor Swift had started dating Travis, and they built off of that.
Oh, she's great for business, for real. I mean, how many people, was watching the NFL that's never watched pro football
Oh my
before. They thought
gosh.
it was savage, thought it was whatever. But was like, wait, if Taylor likes it,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of sheeple out there. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not a sheeple when it comes to certain things, but
Sure.
I mean, whatever gets the viewership, whatever gets the machine more money, whatever buys Roger Goodell the bigger house. That's I'm all down for it, I guess. But I don't know. He's a plant too. No,
Oh, Roger Goodell. I love when they boo him every time when the NFL draft happens. That's all you hear is dun, 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 boo. They just said Roger Goodell comes up, ladies and gentlemen, with the first pick of the NFL. That's Roger Goodell right there. Simply, that was it. They do it every year, and it's hilarious. I don't know.
They'll learn to quit having that draft in New York for sure.
Oh my goodness, yeah, New York. Don't get me started on New York. New York, y'all fan base disgusts me. And y'all are just as bad as the Cowboys. The Cowboys are the biggest number 2 stain when it comes to sports fans. Period. I said it. I will say it again. I don't care. I'm looking dead at all you Cowboys fans. Y'all stink. Every year it's y'all's year. At some point, you have to understand that it ain't your year. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be a point in time when you're going to win the Super Bowl. It's been a super long time. It's a long drought. You guys might mess around and hit the Cubs drought. I can't remember exactly how many years it was, but I think they're going to hit a super long drought. Eventually, they got to win a Super Bowl. But is it going to be within our lifetime? I don't know. Not sure. You guys can't even figure it out. You're rid of Jerry Jones, you'll probably win a Super Bowl in the next couple of years. Nothing against Jerry Jones. You just got to get him out of there. You got to get him out of there, give somebody else in there, and then let them run the organization as they should, instead of trying to be playing buddy ball and hiring your buddies, the people you can control the narrative, and then still make the calls when actually you're the one that should be sitting back and enjoying the money. Anyway, Cowboy fans, y'all suck. I can't stand you. You smell like vomit. You're a window licker. You piss me off every football season when you guys try to talk about how it's your year. At some point, you're going to be right. But guess what? A blind squirrel finds a nut once a blue moon. So, Cowboys fans, let's be realistic. Let's try to work on getting to the conference championship game first, instead of losing to like a young quarterback like Jordan Love when they weren't even supposed to be there. So, sorry to rant on that, man. Just Cowboy fans, Knicks fans, they disgust me. Knicks, Mets, and I'm a Yankees fan. That's like, I'm a Yankees fan, and I don't even go around saying, oh, this is our year. Oh, this is our year. This is our year. I'm like, you know what? We're doing all right. You know, like, as long as we're still showing promise when it comes to our record and making the right moves, eventually it's going to be our year. I'm not like, oh, we're the New York Yankees, and we got the most World Series, and we're doing this, blah 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 blah. I'm a realistic fan. I understand a diehard fan. I'm a diehard fan. I've been a Yankees fan since day one, but you will never hear me every year coming out. Oh man, yeah, this is Yankees year. This is Yankees year. Hell no. We need pitching. We need pitching. But I could talk about that all day. Sorry, just when you said when you said New York fans, it really got to me, man. I hate you New York fans. You disgust me.
That's something we do have in common. Being a Braves fan, I hate the Mets. And you're the only Yankees fan that doesn't say that every. This is our year. We're gonna do this. We're the best there is, the best there was. We're the Bret Hart of baseball. I mean, if I hear anybody talk about Judge or Jeter or anything, the only one I like is Donnie Baseball.
Donnie Baseball.
Evansville's number one son.
Donnie Baseball. Donnie Baseball is one of the main reasons why I was and still currently am a Yankees fan. You know, I can go down the list of many, many, many others, but representing for Evansville, you know, you just got to get behind the guy. You had brought up an interesting thing. You were talking about the best there is, the best there was. I actually want to talk to you about wrestling. Yeah, I want to talk to you about wrestling, man. So before we get into the whole WWE thing and all that good stuff, what's going on with you in wrestling? Like, I've been hearing some like rumors and stuff going around. Like, what's been new? Like, tell me what's going on.
Well. I've been in this business since 2001. I'm not sure when you started, but it wasn't.
I was 2008.
Okay, yeah, I'm saying it wasn't too much later. We've been doing this for a long time. Started in the Coliseum in '01. Being an announcer, I never got paid, never got the card until 10 minutes after the show started, and then I got yelled at because the show was starting late. So stepped away from the business for a long time. Was brought back by local promoter extraordinaire of the longest running local promotion, Johnny Richards of New Focus Wrestling.
JBG.
And him and I, mostly him, he, of course, was doing the promoting, was doing the booking, the whatnot, and he put me in charge of all the media. So let's get this together. Let's put these shows on YouTube. Yeah. We're gonna do this, that. So we built something really strong. So strong that during COVID, we were the only promotion that was running weekly shows. We were on TV. We were beating SmackDown in the ratings, and our show was on at 2 a.m. And our ratings were beating Friday Night SmackDown. We had the GOAT Tracy Smothers there with us every week, helping us through everything, and kind of through it all. I mean, I still liked the guy as a person, but in other ways, things changed. And it seemed like the respect went down. A lot of these things happened. So I just decided that I was going to do something different. I sat back and looked, and I was like, you know what? There hasn't been a announcer / well, there has been commentators. There's been GMs. There's been whatever. But like someone kind of in my spot that wasn't going to be told what to do and be disrespected anymore. Right. So just kind of sat back and it was just hating life, but wasn't one to go out and say how I feel about things. And then the last show that Refocused had, they paid this company, Dex Block, to come and take some pictures, and they took all these pictures and put up, it was like 400 or 500 different photos on their Facebook page.
What was that company called?
Dex Block Studios.
We don't like you. Y'all discuss us.
And their owner, this dude named Billy McNeil, he, he's decent enough guy in your face, but as I'm looking through these pictures, through all of them, there's not a single picture of me through this entire thing. And I'm like, normally I wouldn't care. It didn't really matter. But then, as these pictures kept getting uploaded, I was like, what the hell? And then the only picture there was of me was of my feet.
Oh, I remember that photo.
Yeah.
I saw that. I thought that was intentional.
Oh, and the only reason that was happening is because Josh Jewell is starting another company here, and they came and they threw some flyers up. So come to find out, they didn't even take a picture of my feet. They took a picture of the flyer that was on the ground.
So got him.
So, I mean, that was it. I was like, I couldn't take disrespect anymore. I sat and I talked to my wife, and she's like, this is bullshit. You should say something. I was like, I ain't one to say nothing, though. I'm just happy to be here, and said something to Johnny about it. And he's like, look, I don't control none of this stuff, and he won't go say nothing to nobody. His Kayla, I'm not trying to. She's friends with Billy, and I ain't trying to get in the middle of that. And she stabbed me in my sleep, or whatever. So I just said hell with it, and I'm becoming who I want to be. And they call it in wrestling a heel turn. So I was just like, fuck this shit. And I put this nice big long post out and put them on blast. And
I saw that. That's why I wanted to ask, man, because I didn't know where that came from. So me, I'm just a bad guy. You know what I mean? I'm not the guy. I'm not a guy. I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm him. It's just that simple. So with that being said, dude, just being a bad guy is just so much fun, man. You don't have to make anybody happy. You ain't got to kiss anybody's butt. You can just tell the world, dude, suck my ass.
It's been so freeing because that's my whole job is kissing ass and making sure that keeping T-Boat happy, keeping the fans happy, towing the line. And
hey, real quick, one thing I want you to do to T-Boat next time you see him, just when you see him, just be like, hey, Tony. Smack the living crap. I want you to slap him so hard he ends up back at Boonville in elementary school. That's how bad I want you to slap the crap out of him.
Knock him down. He wouldn't be able to get back up.
Yo, shout out to all the heels. If you're a heel out there or you're fans of heel wrestlers, shout out to y'all, man. Y'all the real ones. Y'all know what time it is. Yo, heels for life. We do what we want anytime we want. We get titles and we get paid. And I'm glad you're finally starting to cross over. You're going to realize how many more opportunities you get by just simply taking your opportunities. Take a guy like me, okay? I've wrestled the Who's Who's. I've been on TV. I've been on viral videos that's been over 1 million, 2 million, 3 million views. For me to be on that type of level, to come back to that company and get stuck wrestling a guy who is an MMA fighter, first of all, you're in the wrong sport, brother. No disrespect to your craft. Y'all some badasses. I'm not here to knock that. Don't come to my sport. I'm not going to MMA being like, oh, watch me cook. Don't get me wrong. I feel like I do good in it. But I respect the craft, respect the art, and I respect the long hours of hardcore training that it requires to be put in a spot like that. We have like a business. It's like comedy. Everybody thinks they're a wrestler. Everybody thinks they're a comedian. Just hand me a microphone and let me go to work. No, there's an art behind this. I've been getting stuck with bums. I don't even remember the dude's name. That was the MMA guy. I mean, he's irrelevant to this situation. I beat the guy in wrestling, and then I had this MMA match, and the ref set me up for me to lose because they didn't want me to also beat him in his own sport. Then, on top of that, I end up fighting the guy that screwed me over in that match, which is Danny T. And for all the local people that know Danny T, I don't like this man. I tell you, when I see Danny T next time, he's catching one of those upside the head. And I'm going to be bobbing and weaving, you know what I'm saying? Now, he's going to get a couple shots off because, you know what I'm saying, he's got registered hands. But he's like 60 years old. Bro, when I hit him one time, he's going to turn into dust, bro. It's not going to be nice. Anyway, I got stuck wrestling him the next show. And I'm like, I'm in the ring with two of the most the two most inexperienced people in the back. How do you give your top guy the two worst people in the back? Like, that's when I realized this is a joke. So then I just started saying, you know what? I'm just going to start taking whatever I want. Instead of waiting my turn and just like working up the ladder, you working hard, trying to make everybody happy, and you're not getting paid. And then you getting yelled at for starting the show late or for starting the show too early or whatever it is, or you're not advertising someone's table enough. Dude, you're going to realize that you could just tell people to piss off and it's going to feel so good because there's nothing they could do about it.
Oh, it felt fantastic. Well, I posted that online.
Yeah, I saw you.
I had 35 Facebook messages.
Yo.
In a little over a week. I'm getting friend requests. I accept it and someone's like, are you okay?
Yeah.
I mean, people I've never talked to in person reaching out, hey, man, are you okay? What's going on with this, that, or the other? My sister lives in Arizona, and she's like, what the hell's going on, Josh? Do I got to fly to Evansville, or do I got to call the Better Business Bureau on this Dex Block place or yes. Whatever? So it's been fun. It's been refreshing. It's been going against, like, I've been going to a lot of therapy this year, so it goes against everything my therapist talks to me about. And I told her what was going on, and she was like, okay, what's your end game? It's like, my end game is to finally be happy and to get off my knees and to go out there and do the damn thing and to get the respect
that you deserve.
That I think I deserve.
You don't think you do deserve.
Oh, man. Yeah. I mean, I get paid well at these shows. Yeah. People, I mean, the wrestlers, a lot of these guys, you excluded, they give me the cold shoulder. Most of them don't say shit to me. And I'm like, you know what? I make more than this whole match. Yeah. And y'all treat me like I'm trash, but then you still, when the show's over, you're sending me a message. Hey man, could you get me a highlight video of my match? Can you do this?
Can you announce my name a little bit better next time and slow it down?
Oh, I like how you announce Micas. Can you do mine like that? Or little BS, and I'm like, you know what? No.
You just tell them, yo, you kissed the back end of my ass.
Yeah.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Josh is getting ready to go in on him. I already know it.
It's been nice because then I realized, wait, this is my camera recording the show. This is my audio equipment.
Yep.
Johnny, love you, but now I got you by the balls, and you know I'm not a trained wrestler, so I don't need to go out there and I ain't gonna get my ass whooped. I could sit there and talk all the trash I want. I'm like Stephen A. Smith of Refocus.
Blasphemous.
So yeah, it's gonna be nice. And then unfortunately, old Josh Jewell for Total Chaos Wrestling, he hires me on as a shoot GM.
Nice.
And didn't realize that
shout out to him and his company as well, man. They're doing their thing over there, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all. Everybody's a big fan of y'all, man. I mean, y'all don't have anybody on the roster better than me, or as good of a ring announcer as him, or even an active GM for that matters. But we applaud you for all your hard work. Without competition, you can't be great.
Yep. So he's like, I want you to come in and be a GM, and then gives me a real deal contract because I'm indebted to Johnny. Basically.
Yeah, of course.
So what I do through time, and one of the good things about being a wrestler is you can build connections. And one of those connections was attorney Stephen A. New,
nice,
who sponsors the Jim Cornette podcast, who is legit CM Punk's attorney. And so I sent him the paperwork, what was going on. He's like, I sent some amendments. I sent it back to you. Josh just signed it. And he didn't realize.
Didn't read it?
He didn't. No, he just signed it. He didn't notice what was going on. Steve, he can hide that stuff on page 4 and 5. Yep. So I became a shoot general manager, and basically he's indebted to me for this year, where I could do whatever the hell I want. I still get paid. I have guaranteed money, whether I'm at the show or not.
Nice.
So,
Let's go.
After all these years.
Oh, my man's in his bag. Let's go. I see you, dog.
So, they always talk about how wrestling, this contract's fake, this is that, and you gotta
know what you're doing.
It's all staged. Now,
you know what you're doing.
Staged. If you know how to play the game, you get the people, you hang them on at the end of that rope, or that reel them in. But we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens, man. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll translate off of that. We'll switch off of that, and then we'll go to WWE real quick. So just kind of talk about a few things that's going on. You got the Bloodline thing going on right now. For the people that do follow WWE, you got the Bloodline. You got Roman. They're continuously beating this man down. He's outnumbered. What's your bold prediction with? He's got to get help at some point, right? You would think.
Oh yeah.
Is it SummerSlam? Is it Royal Rumble? Are they going to save it to Mania? What do you think?
Man, SummerSlam's done. So
I'm not sorry, Survivor Series. My apologies. Series. I'm glad you caught that.
I think Survivor Series, just like the.
Hey, I deserve one of these. I'm sorry, bro. My bad. That's L Micas.
L Micas. You don't get many of them, but we'll give you one now. I think as they always do, it's Rumble's gonna be about the Rumble. But
where's the Rumble? Where I got a question. Where is the Rumble at this year?
I don't know. Somewhere outdoors, probably.
Yeah, but where is it? You don't know where the Rumble's at? Look it up. Look it up real quick. Where's the Rumble at? I know where it's at, but I want you to know where it's at.
Probably in Philadelphia outside again. No, let's see here.
Yeah, it's gonna take a quick second, guys. If you do know what this is, you guys can hit it in the chat, or you guys can just say it out loud, whichever. He's about to find out.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, where's it at?
We're coming to Lucas. We're going to
going to Indy. Let's go. That's what's up, man. You never know who you might see in there, man. People might show up that you was unexpected. I'm just saying, people might show up that you're not expecting. It's not a hint. I'm just saying, just never know. I do believe that Roman's going to get the help that he deserves. I think
who's it going to be?
It's going to be, of course, Jimmy and Jay. That's a given.
Oh yeah.
Jimmy and Jay for sure. The problem is Survivor Series is 5-on-5, right?
If they're still doing the old school Survivor Series,
I can't remember.
I think they had one Survivor Series match last time, and it was traditionally 5-on-5.
Well, they went to 4-on-4. They used to do Raw versus SmackDown, and then it was Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT, and they all had 5 each.
Yeah.
But that's the reason what made me think it was 5. But you do Bloodline versus Bloodline and Bloodline Rules, which I think is weird that Bloodline Rules match, they're 0-2. You ever notice that? Cody is 2-0 and Bloodline Rules match. I feel like that doesn't really make sense, but hey, I'm not the creative guy. And the guy that they used to have him creative, I feel like never got his shot that he truly deserved. That's Ryan Katz. Ryan Katz was one of my favorite people down in NXT that not only stuck his neck out for me, but like was super informational. He was always trustworthy. He's like such a great guy. I feel like if Ryan Katz would have still been, up on the NXT or called up from the NXT to help with creative, I feel like the direction would have went a lot better. But I do believe they're going to call the Usos back. I do believe eventually they're going to answer his call. I think Sammy is going to be one. I think Sammy's going to get that call. If at one point they might be feeling Usi, I think that's going to get really over. But I am falling short of who this last person's going to be. That's if they're doing 5-on-5. The basic thing is to do 4-on-4. I mean, you got Solo. You got the 4 that they need. You need a 4th for the you need a 4th for the Usos to help Roman as well. The better person is to bring in a Sammy. And then you send them home happy, and then you let them kind of do their thing, and then let Roman go back after the title if that's what he wants to do for Mania. But I know that they were talking about The Rock and Roman for Mania, because if you remember that spear that Roman had hit The Rock, that's actually supposed to have an effect after that. So I curveball, but I think The Rock might have something to do with the new bloodline. It just hasn't come to light yet.
I mean, he'd almost have to. I mean, they give him that big push, and he just falls out.
Yeah.
And Final Boss has got final eye. He don't got.
And if you remember, he even told Cody, like, I will come back for this. I do genuinely believe, like, they're going to set that up. How or when they do it is another thing. But even if you had, like, The Rock that came in and took the title from Cody, which is relevant, and Roman's like, y'all thought I was done with being head of the table. The head of the table not only means that I'm the tribal chief, but also means that I'm the champ. Competes for the title at Mania. Roman wins the title at Mania. Gets his spot back. Everybody rides off in the sunset. But my prediction, completely different. That's just kind of how I feel. I don't know. Anyway, who do you think's gonna win Royal Rumble?
Ooh.
Yeah. Who's winning the Rumble?
Let's see. Let me think.
Give me one prediction and one dark horse.
Prediction, a real deal prediction for the Rumble. Man, I haven't watched hardly anything in so long. We was all up on SmackDown weekly too, and then
just think of one.
Let me think.
He could be a champ right now. He could be a guy upcoming. He could be a guy that's already up on a higher level. Who do you think is going to be able to carry the keys to WrestleMania next year?
Who you got? Let me.
Okay, I'll go here. So my first bold prediction, who I think is going to win it, I think Roman's going to win it. I think Roman comes back as like one of the last entries, and I think he wrecks shop, and I think he clears house. Now, this is all pending on what they're going to do with the bloodline situation, but I think you got to put Roman back in that spotlight. My dark horse, are you ready for this? Man, I wish I had a drum roll button right now. R-Truth. Hey, I deserve one of these, man. I swear. Stupid. Hey, shout out to Truth. He's actually a good friend of mine. I've spent a lot of time with him on the road. We anytime he ever comes in town, we hang out. He's always a good person to be around, good family man, the whole shebang. But a real true dark horse, I think that could potentially win the Royal Rumble. I think man, that's going to be a tough one. I'm probably going to say, man, you're probably going to think I'm crazy on this, man, but I think that the way he's getting pushed is doing it. That's Braun Breaker. I think that's dark horse. Now, that would be absolutely insane for that to happen. But you can't tell me that's not realistic. They already gave the man the Intercontinental title.
Oh, yeah.
He ain't even been there that long. He's got the legacy lineage. He's got the look. He's got the moves. He can talk. He's got the, he's just got the overall it factor, whether you want to believe it or not. I could see a guy like him sneaking in there, but they would have to start building him up now. Like the fact that he is the IC champ, he's got to lose it before then and go on this big war path, build his value up to the point where when he's one of the last 20 guys like that come out, he clears house and it saves like maybe him and maybe a few other guys. But I think he's somehow going to get the dark horse nod for me as far as that goes.
Yeah, I may agree that for the dark horse, not very dark.
That's what I'm saying.
I think he may come out and be like a Gunther with and just run shop and then still get his championship match as the IC champion. We haven't had anything like that in a minute.
No, and if Gunther wasn't already the champ, I would have put him there because I do feel like him and Brock Lesnar are dated for Mania. That's one of my bold predictions. I don't think it'll be for the Intercontinental title. I think he'll drop the title way before then. But I think he'll be looking for his moment for Road to WrestleMania. And when he's like asking that question, Brock's music is going to hit. Everyone's going to go nuts. And then you and I are going to look back at this pod and we're going to be like, called that.
Yep.
Now, I don't have any inside, guys. So don't be like, oh, well, he used to roll around with those. No, I don't have any inside. I don't know anything. These are just simply bold predictions.
Yeah, I like your Roman pick. I think I'm going to have to go with the population and maybe a LA Knight sort of thing.
Yeah.
He don't have much more time left before they can shine it on him. I mean, he's getting old like us, so he's a better guy to get in there and get that big title and roll out.
Hold on. Wait a minute. No, sir. You have a chance to correct that mistake.
He's old like me.
Yeah, all right. Yeah,
his knees are creaking. No,
he's in the best shape of his life. Disrespect me. You understand? You understand, my friend? You don't disrespect me. You're old, not me.
Yeah.
Black don't crack. Actually, it does. All you got to do is go on a black top and do something to break the top. But anyway, that's a whole other topic. But black does crack. That's a whole other debate. But what I'm saying is, the man is older. I do agree with you on. I think his window is smaller. I think he should have already held the belt though a long time ago. I don't think it should have been his first title. But whatever. What better time than now? Shawn Michaels didn't hold the belt a lot either in his whole career, and he's a GOAT. Hey, he's my GOAT. You can put Flair up there, or you can put whoever you want, but Shawn Michaels will always be in that debate. And that man only held the title 5 times. So you don't necessarily need the title to be relevant, but I did want to ask you about the wrestling things. I know you and I share wrestling, obviously. I want to talk to you about because you were when I saw you posting, dude, I literally saw, I kept thinking, like, this dude is literally just firing off rounds for everybody. And I'm ducking, okay? I'm ducking to make sure I don't catch a stray because you was roasting everybody. But I'm proud of you for that. I'm glad you stepped it up. It's only going to get better. All you're going to hear for a while is this. Every time. And you're going to learn to embrace it. And the thing is when you become such a good heel, Josh, no matter what you do, all you're going to hear is literally people so drawn to you, mouth closed, so you can hear a pin drop because they're always going to be curious on what you say next. To the point where when you show your true value, no matter what you call them, no matter what you do to them, Josh, you've seen it. I've thrown water on people. I've drinking somebody's beer. I have literally eaten people's food. I have even punched a fan in the face. And now when I come out, as arrogant as I am in the ring, this is all I hear every time. And it's so hilarious that they respect me more than the guy that goes, come on, yeah, come on, cheer for me, guys. I'm getting the crap kicked out of me. I need your help.
Yeah, I had to. I don't know, fluff you up anymore, but
whoa, wait a minute.
No, but listen.
Wait a minute.
I remember
Whoa.
there was a live stream at one point. Hold on, it's going to end well. There's a live stream at one point.
I bet it does.
Where he was talking about a certain promotion down named after someone last name Wilson in Owensboro that I was in, and got fired up, and this old man threatened to whoop my ass every time he saw me. And it was nice, to see you speak the truth. And then as I was sitting there going to do my post, I was like, you know what? You get that respect afterwards. Because I seen people treated you differently afterwards. Yeah. And whenever I even said stuff and he's calling me out, he's like, no, let's try gaslight. I was like, no. I chased you down in the truck afterwards trying to get my pay. Yep. And he's like, you better take that back, or else when I see you, I'm going to whoop your ass. I'm like, you're 75 years old. I mean, you may be able to whoop my ass, but it's not going to be easy.
I don't think that would happen. But I hated that happened because I did enjoy being there. I enjoyed him. I enjoyed his family. I enjoyed the ring. I enjoyed the people that I shared the ring with. I enjoyed the locker room. Unfortunately, sometimes good things come to an end. But I felt that me speaking up wasn't just for me, because it wasn't about the money. It was about the respect. The fact that you showed me no respect from that. That's what I had an issue with, because at the end of the day, all I have is respect. And I felt what I've done for that company, never complaining about anybody I ever wrestled. And I mean, honestly, ask yourself, how many bad matches have you ever seen me have? Like, truthfully.
Oh, not many.
No. I literally will take the worst workers and I will hide where their weaknesses and exploit their strengths. I mean, look at my last two guys I wrestled. A boxer and an MMA guy. Nobody else, unfortunately, wants to work with them if it was their choice, because they're like, well, I don't know what they can do. Well,
that's why I used in the match with them, and it wouldn't,
Exactly. So it's like, yo, when you know you're going to run programs with these guys, spend 5 minutes and just watch them. See what they're good at. He's a boxer. Obviously, he can throw hands. How can I utilize the hands to where I could be able to make this match look good? You know what I mean? Like, he's going to do his thing. But, like, if I'm one step ahead of the game, this is going to look so much better. And once you go to your, what's the word I'm looking for? Once you go in your own separate direction and respect is no longer an option, and you show me that, I'm going to highlight that, because I'm going to speak for the people who are afraid to speak up. Such as why I told you when we do the pod, there's going to be times we're going to have conversations that most people are going to find controversial, or like, dang, man, I probably would have said that. Here's the thing. It's freedom of speech. I'm not telling you we're going to be talking about anything off the wall, but we may ask the uncomfortable questions that others are afraid to, but may always want. You know what I mean? So, like, same thing. Like, I'm going to speak up my mind. And there are so many people that reached out like, yo, bro, I think it's awesome you said that. You stood up for people who won't even recognize the impact that you will until 5 years from now. I know certain people who are now getting paid because of you, things like that. And I'm like, that's why I did it. I don't care about the money. I can replace that money. Money does not value me as a whole. It's the respect and the value that I show to somebody. It's all I got. It's something money can't buy.
Well, that's what this whole business is.
Yep.
Yeah, but it ain't about, you have that belt because they respected you the most to carry it around.
Yeah, and that's another thing too, man. I don't ever hold the belt a lot. Like, I think I've only won the belt once at NFW. I think I held it like maybe 3 or 4 times for the other company. And I've never been a belt holder type of person, because my image is I'm already a prize. I'm already the main event. I'm already the mainstream. I'm already this. I'm already that. I'm already the headliner. I can get all these names, but like, my character and what I do in the ring speaks for itself. So I don't need a title to validate me. But it's like, when I know you're putting me in the ring with the worst guys, or like the most inexperienced guys, or the guys that need help, that to me is telling me I trust in you that you can make these people look way better than what you and I may personally think of our opinions of what they are. And that's no knock to them. We all started there. I was the drizzling shits when I first started. Don't get me wrong. I was above average and your average wrestler just starting out. But I was the drizzling shits. But it took me to do the time, to do the footage, to watch matches, ask questions, to realize, no, this is a game. This is a game of knowledge. So it's like now that I'm in my point in time in my career where I don't have to have the belt. If you want me to rock the belt because you just need a face real quick, yeah, sure, that's fine. But I'd rather just keep working your new guys or your young guys or even your new talent so we can build it up because this brand can only go so far as its weakest link. So anyway, man, I tell you what, we can go ahead and do some closing remarks, man. I feel like we've been chatting for a while. Yep. I mean, we had some views coming in there, which we do appreciate, y'all. Like I said, shout out to yet again for if you spent time to watch us or you will be spending time to watch us. Just wanted to shout y'all out. You guys are the real MVPs because without you guys, there is no us. We don't put the time and effort. Josh doesn't lose hair follicles dealing with all the electrical stuff and all the mishaps because I am only here for the voice. Josh is the brains. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It be like that. There is no Kobe without Shaq. There's no Shaq without Kobe. There's no Jordan without Pippen. There's no Pippen without Jordan. So that's all I'm saying. We work good together, and this shit's gonna be fucking fun. But we're gonna do it in our own way, man. But without us having our own way, we need people to watch us, to show us love. So click that like button, share, subscribe. We can only grow our algorithm with your guys' help. So if there's something you want to say, you want us to talk about, maybe even if there's something you want to chime in about, we want to know. Put it in the comment section. Send it to one of our Facebooks. Send it to the pages. And I know that we're going to get to those. We're going to address those. We're going to talk about the weird, uncomfortable things. We're going to talk about the fun things. I mean, we're really just here to enjoy casual talk. Mm-hmm. And just be different. Just be different. Got any closing remarks, man, for us?
No, you hit it. We're just here to talk. We seen y'all come in. We need you to come in and say something. Say, hey, what's up? So we can call you out. Because that's what it is. It's a conversation. We're not inventing no wheels or reinventing the square or anything. We're here to have fun. We're here to talk. We're here to stir the pot. So bring your spoon next time, and we're gonna have some fun.
Yeah, bring your spoon.
And now we know this shit works. We know your Wi-Fi can get us out there. We know that the lights are working. Look at that.
Oh, already?
No,
you just shooting hips already, bro. I thought we was past that, man.
That's a good thing.
Why did I feel like I low key caught the stray there? I feel like you second guessed my internet for like a split. I get it. It's Spectrum.
See, I
understand that.
I had to throw off the scent from my the bad audio stuff last time.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
The fact
whose
that
fault
we
was
couldn't
that?
stream because I didn't put in the request the day before. That I got us banned from Facebook.
Yeah.
Probably because of my shitty ass post and the fact that I can't quit cussing on here. So it's going to get us.
Yeah, we got to do better.
PG-13 rating. But hey,
it's all good.
Might give no. All right. Next time.
It's all good. Next time. Hey, guys, we appreciate y'all tuning in. We want to say thank you. Be safe. Until next time.